Hello everyone, welcome to Cat's Cottage. I'm in my kitchen and I'm gonna chop up some of my tomatoes and refrigerate them for whenever I need them to cook. Okay, come over here. I'm gonna bring you down so you can see my mixer. Now it's gonna be pretty loud. Um, I'm gonna put this. Keep forgetting that. Okay, now I hope y'all can hear me better. Now I'm gonna process some tomatoes in this little blender, and I'm gonna put them in this jar, and I'm gonna refrigerate them. I'm not cooking them or anything, and I use them for dips. I buy a tomato dip, you know, those in a jar, and I'll use half of it and half of this, and stretch it. I'll take my tomato sauce that's processed in a jar, you know, that you store bought, and I just take some of it and add it to this tomato blend. And that's how I'm stretching. And then I add some of this. You can add some of this to, you know, your meatloaf. Add to the hamburger meat, or maybe you want to pour it in your stir fry or something of that nature. But this helps you stretch your tomato sauce, which we all know how expensive that stuff is getting. And it's just a help. And it tastes really fresh too, because it is fresh. Okay, now I'm gonna step back a little bit and let it chop up so y'all won't pick that loud thing up on this mic. Okay, now there's a degree that you could chop it up, I guess, but I'm blending it up pretty good. And this jar right here, I've already scrubbed and got it ready to refrigerate. Bring it down a little bit. It's got some lumps in it. Okay. Now I am going to do some more. And all I've been doing to put tomatoes in here, I've been taking the tomatoes and I cut that away. You know, I just cut it in half. You cut it how you want to cut it. If I make you nervous cutting in my hands and a knife, you know, I understand. But I rarely use a cutting board. I just cut that bad off, and then I do some cutting it up. Put it in here, just like skins and all. It'll chop it up, skins and all. Now I've already washed the tomatoes off. Okay, now I'll fill that up again, and process it and finish filling up my jar. And then if I need another jar, I'll get me another jar. And I store it in the refrigerator. And here's one that I've partially used. Now, when it's sitting in the refrigerator, if it happens to separate, don't worry about that. Just take it and shake it up, and it's good to go. You can't use it, of course, if it gets real old. But, yeah. You know, and anybody can have fresh tomatoes. You can plant tomatoes anywhere. Get you a pot, get your cardboard box, whatever, and you can have tomatoes. As a matter of fact, you could have any kind of vegetable, really. Now, tonight, I'm going to have black-eyed peas, sliced onion, and sliced tomatoes. I'm not going to process all my tomatoes. Of course, I got another pile over there. I'm not going to process all my tomatoes because I want some sliced up, some fresh sliced up. Now, I'm just taking the peeling off. Like I said, You cut your vegetables how you feel it's comfortable for you. This is how I've always cut it. I just go to the edge here, and my thumb is doing the guiding. I'm not putting my thumb up here. My thumb is going to catch the bottom of the knife. See? And I pay attention, and when it gets close to my finger, I just come in easy. Okay. Now I'll finish cutting that up. And then I have a purple onion. You don't have to have white and a purple onion. I just happen to have it, and I need to use it. I don't want it to go bad. And I don't cook, actually, with purple onions. I use them in a salad, but they don't cook well. And these little white pedalias don't cook well either. They're more or less like a fresh onion. What you need, the onion you need to put in your soup and your beans and whatever you do, is yellow onion. You get you that yellow onion. Okay. The bigger the onion, the sweeter it is. The smaller the onion, the hotter it is. So if you don't like hot onions, get the big ones. Okay, and that's how I'll do that. And I'll finish that up. Now, I've said before, these scraps, you can boil them and make yourself a vegetable broth, and you can always put that in the refrigerator in a jar or a baggie in your freezer and label it and have it ready to go. It flavors beans, it flavors vegetables, flavors everything. But don't boil rotten, of course, bad stuff. But I don't do it. I have done it, but I'm going to compost mine. I have a little bag. I'll just take you to that too. Okay, right here. I have a bag hanging on this door that's hid, and that's what I do. And I take this out every day, almost, or every other day, and I put it in my big composter outside. All right. Now, that's that part of it. Now, I'm going to bring you back up, and I'm going to show you over here. Now, this is my crock pot cooking. Now, I went outside, and I watched the wildlife, and I drank my coffee, started a little fire, went and checked on my tomatoes and a few berries and things I have to see if the raccoons got them. But, and I realized, well, I didn't soak any beans to cook. You have to soak the beans overnight. And I didn't. But I do buy beans to be on the safe side. I do buy beans in the freezer. Now, this is Pick Sweet Farms. I happen to like these. One, I can see in the bag, I see how much I'm getting and how much I'm going to need. And they just have a good flavor. You know, these are the ones I like. These are the ones I get. Anyway, I put the bag of beans on, and I took my bacon. Now, you know, everybody'd like to have a big old ham bone or something in there, but I don't. Take your bacon and just cut off a little taste of it, or a strip of bacon. But I usually just cut off the end, and I put it in the pot. And some onion, salt and pepper, and then I put the beans in. And I can put the beans in here early because they've been frozen and they're not dry and hard. If they're dry and hard, let me sit this down let me sit this down so I can show y'all. I need 3 hands. Okay, here we go. Now these are black-eyed peas, and they're not done. They're not near done. Okay. All right, and I keep a cloth. I keep a cloth on my pot to get it hotter. Okay, and if I go off somewhere, I shut it down to warm, or I just shut it off, period. I don't leave it cooking like this because it can burn. Okay, now I've got my oven on. I'm warming up my oven. And now here's what I do. I've got a skillet. Depending on who you're feeding, I'm just feeding me and my husband. But if I had a house full of kids or some kids, a big family, I would use the big skillet, and I would probably use 2 boxes of Jiffy. Okay, I'm using that Jiffy cornbread. Now, I didn't have any bacon grease to put in here, so I put regular vegetable oil in there, and I'm just letting it warm. And the purpose of that is to keep it from the cornbread from sticking. So while that's going on, really fast, we're going to mix up the cornbread. Now, this is a 1/3 cup of water because I don't have any milk. And you don't have to have milk. I've got an egg. You know, if you don't have milk, you just don't have it. Okay. Now let me get up something to mix this up right quick. Okay. Now this is what I'm using, like I said, for my cornbread. I keep scissors in the kitchen. Keep scissors in the kitchen. Okay. Now a good thing would be whatever you want to put. You can put some kind of peppers in here. I love jalapeno peppers in my cornbread, but I don't have any. So just do what you do. Do what you have to do. Okay, I'm mixing it up pretty good to get all these lumps out. You know, sometimes that Jiffy mix can sit on that grocery store shelf and it'll be lumpy. Okay. I think my skillet is warmed up now. Don't forget to let your skillet stay in there so long it starts smoking. Okay, here we go. And I'm just going to put a drop of that in there. I always put a drop of oil into my cornbread mix. Okay. Don't forget and grab that skillet. It's nice and hot. Okay. Go. Okay. Now I know y'all can see that. And here we go into the oven. And I'm not going to hold you for this to be done. When this is cooking and you think it looks close, and don't go walking off like I do and burn things. Take your toothpick and stick in there. If it comes out clean, your cornbread's ready. But if it has sticky stuff on it, sticky batter, it's not ready. Okay. And it is important to preheat that skillet beforehand. Okay, well, I guess I've shown you everything. I'm going to have black-eyed peas, cornbread, sliced onion, and sliced tomatoes for supper. Um, I hope to talk to y'all again, and thank you so much for subscribing to me, and thank you for all your sweet comments that you make. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.